Hey YouTube, how's it going? I got a haircut. A little shorter than I wanted it to be, but it's short and it'll grow back. Today I wanted to talk about class. I just wanted to give some of my thoughts about, I guess, some of my own discomforts with talks about conversations surrounding class and why I tend to shy away from them. Class is a system of power based on wealth, income, and status. One of the things that bothers me about class and the way in which it's discussed in a lot of circles, not all, but definitely in a lot of circles, is without any sort of
Do you want me to sleep it?
intersectionality. This is evident, I think, this becomes pretty evident in today's kind of media erasure of the sorts of people who are voting. When you consider the people who have been uniting for, say, Bernie Sanders, who had united for him, the people who were voting, you don't really get a sense of any sort of intersectionality when you consider class discourse in not only America but throughout the world. There's erasure of people of color when it comes to something like voting, where consider Bernie Sanders versus Hillary Clinton in the times leading up to the DNC, up to Hillary Clinton being the nominee. There was a lot of talk about the Bernie bro, and the Bernie bro is usually construed as like the Bernie bro. The Bernie bro is usually represented as the white male who with socialist tendencies, but of course that's not the only person who supported Bernie. And when you talk about Hillary Clinton now and why some people choose not to vote for her or are unwilling or hesitant to vote for Hillary Clinton, the image of the Bernie bro is invoked again as if to say that there is a sort of privileging of, a common argument tends to be that, well, you must have so much privilege if you refuse to vote for Hillary and vote for like a third party candidate when it's Trump. It's Trump or Hillary. But the thing that gets forgotten here is that it's not necessarily just, it is media erasure of people who have been affected and who will continue to be affected by Hillary Clinton or Trump's policies. It's not just the white man's privilege who is counter to Hillary. It is the poor person of color, the poor black person's, the poor indigenous person's perspective. And I think that's kind of what has made me feel very uncomfortable when it comes to this kind of discourse, this discourse about class, and why I have shied away from it, and why I think I will continue to shy away from it, is the sense that there historically has not been any inclusion of people of color in the discourse, that there is no intersection between race and class and gender, or any other sort of intersections. And that's problematic. That's something that should be discussed and that should be questioned. That should be problematized. I think there should be some allowances in how capitalism has on a global scale changed a lot of people, and how by even partaking in discussion of capitalism, it's sort of producing a sort of colonial venture through the displacement of people's own critiques of capitalism, if that makes any sense.